get you an update on the story now that we just came back from a few moments ago, and that's of a 31-year-old woman believed to be a close family member who has been arrested in connection with the alleged murder of an 11-year-old Jayden-Lee Meek. As you heard, their proceedings have been postponed to Friday, the 18th of July. Let's get you an update now from our reporter, Lopang Alamo, who's monitoring developments there on that front. So, Lopang, we see now proceedings have just been postponed. What more do we know about the suspect?
We can confidently confirm that the 31-year-old suspect is indeed the mother of Jayden-Lee Meek, the 11-year-old boy who was murdered. We can also confirm that she faces charges of murder, defeating the ends of justice, as well as criminal injury. So we are about to be briefed by the Deputy Minister of Police, and hoping that we can get word from them. But just before that, I just wanted to speak to the community a bit. I don't know who's going to speak to us here about what they think of the court case. I'm going to try and ask Mami here to come and talk to us a bit about what happened here in court. It was really a short appearance, just confirming the suspect, and she was quite emotional. We saw her shed some tears, but the gallery, who consisted of people from the community that Jayden-Lee Meek is from, were quite upset with the suspect. You'd often hear them making remarks during the proceedings. But let's speak to one of the community members here about what she thinks about what happened, and just her thoughts really on this particular case, and what shocked them.
Good morning to your, is it morning still? Good morning to your viewers, and good morning to the community, and I want to thank the community for their support. I'm not from the community. My name is Margaret Arnold. I am the current speaker of the city of Johannesburg, but I'm also an activist in Eldorado Park. I have a foundation called My Life Matters, so I spoke out. As I stand here today, I am a survivor of abuse and rape. And this is really something that I want to say to the community as well as to the justice system. We need this case not to drag long. We need this case to be done very quickly, because we now have a perpetrator, and she needs to bring out who else was with her, because I don't think she could have done it alone. But as a community and as a country and as a city, we want to ask, if our kids are not safe with us, who are they safe with? Yes. And I see a lot of mothers here. One mother said to me in court, I have a special needs child, but I love that child. And I can tell you, if that woman was given bail today, wherever she was or wherever she went to, what happened to Kelly's house would have happened to her today. Because everybody's angry. But I'd ask the community, let us allow the justice system to take its toll. Let us allow the system to come out and say what they need to do. And we need to have, I don't want to say we should have had the death sentence, but I want to say we need the harshest, I can't say that. We need to have the harshest punishment that there is. And I think the thing must stop where they are eating luxuriously in jail, where they are also having education, which we as the taxpayers are paying for. So I would ask the judge, let's deal with it quickly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what we are going to do now is walk over to where the Deputy Minister of Police will be briefing us, as well as the community in support of Jayden here. Let's just try and get our mic there for some sound, and we can then take it from them. Polisi, we're just trying to position ourselves just as she starts, and let's take a listen in.
But the Deputy Minister is going to be addressing you. I'm now going to hand over to her. But this morning anyway, we've got our Deputy Minister, Dr. Poli Bishelo. We've got our Deputy National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Tebelo Musikiri. We've got the Deputy Provincial Commissioner responsible for policing, and Acting Provincial Commissioner for Gauteng, Major General Kekana. We also have the head of FCS nationally, Major General Lekhele. I'm now going to hand over to our Deputy Minister. And we also have Member of Parliament, Ms. Doreen James. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm now going to hand over to the Deputy Minister just to address us.
Thank you very much, Atlanta, members of the media. We have gathered here this morning, and I'm joined by the Deputy National Commissioner, Policing, Lieutenant General Msikidi, the Deputy Provincial Commissioner and Acting PC in Gauteng, Major General Fred Kekana, and the Head of Family Violence, Child Protection and Sexual Offences Investigation, Major General Likele, and also my colleague from Parliament, Honorable Adams. She's very emotional. Adam Jace, she's very emotional. Please bear with her. And in support of our disciplinary team of investigators, led by our Florida Police Station detectives, Gauteng Provincial Investigation Unit, and our Gauteng tracking team, who have been working tirelessly to piece evidence together to ensure for 11-year-old Jayden-Lee Meek, whose young life was selfishly taken away by people by whom he looked to and trusted them. Ladies and gentlemen, the investigating and tracking team has been hard at work and following all possible leads and gathering all that may have led to the killer of Jayden. Our investigation team was indeed closely working with the NPA on this case, where evidence gathered was presented and a warrant of arrest issued and executed on Friday, 11 July 2025. It is rather, ladies and gentlemen, very, very unfortunate that Jayden was killed and found in the very space where he should have been safe and secure, his residential complex. This was not an easy case. We received a lot of backlash on our response and the time it took to ensure a breakthrough. But I must say, this type of case necessitated that our detectives conduct a thorough investigation and present a case that will be able to stand in court. Therefore, today, let me take this opportunity to once more thank our investigating officers that through their meticulous investigation that was conducted thoroughly, ultimately brought us here today at the Roodepoort Magistrate Court, where one suspect is in custody. And we can now reveal that the suspect is the mother of Jayden. Thank you very much, our men and women in blue with the NPA, for ensuring that this matter is enrolled. And the 31-year-old Tiffany Meek, the mother, is charged for murder, defeating the end of justice, crime and injuria, and obstructing the cause of justice. This is in relation to her own son. That is so sad. We will be following this case closely until there is a successful conviction in this matter. And this matter, we cannot rule out the possibility of more arrests as investigations into the murder of Jayden continues. Today we take a moment once more to thank all the citizens of this country and to affirm that as the SAPS, we are here to protect and serve you. We urge you all not to suffer in silence. The SAPS is here. We are working 365 days a year to prevent, combat, and put perpetrators of GBVF in prison cells. It is unfortunate incidents that happened here when the country is accelerating its fight against gender-based violence and femicide. It is rather encouraging also that from January 2025 to May 2025, a total of 9,287 GBVF perpetrators were arrested for various crimes, including murder, sexual offences, including rape and sexual assault, as well as GBH. During the same period, a total of 1,119 GBVF perpetrators were sentenced by various courts throughout the country for various kinds of crimes committed against women, children, and vulnerable groups. In terms of the breakdown, 150 GBVF perpetrators were handed down 214 life sentences, 138 perpetrators convicted to a minimum of 20 years and above imprisonment, 297 convicted between 10 to 19 years imprisonment, 534 between 1 to 9 years imprisonment. And ladies and gentlemen, this is because as the South African Police Services, we are here to protect you, but unfortunately, we cannot be everywhere, especially in homes and behind closed doors. And that is why we rely on this community to speak out. Any type of abuse must be reported. And we urge you as community members, neighbors, and family members to meet us halfway as we fight the GBVF. If there is a suspicion that a child or any other person is being abused, please report immediately. Don't wait for 24 hours or 48 hours to your police station. I urge you to report different types of abuses timelessly so that we can stop the continued loss of life, whether it be physical or abuse of a child, child neglect, medical neglect, sexual abuse, verbal or emotional abuse. We are here to put a stop on it. The work continues to keep our women, children, and vulnerable groups safe. Our detectives remain hard at work with their tracing operations to put more GBVF perpetrators behind bars. We continue to conduct crime awareness campaign to encourage everyone to use their voices to speak out for those who suffer in silence. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. We're supposed to be on our way to Cape Town together with Honorable James, but we said because Jayden is our child, we'll be here to make sure that we support the family, immediate family, and also the people around the area. It is heartbreaking, ladies and gentlemen, when you really have to be in court and see a mother having murdered her own 11-year-old. It's heartbreaking, and I know Honorable James is very broken because the very same mother was using the community to protect her. She even came to our parliament in the portfolio committee through Honorable James. And Honorable James thought this was, what is expected of us to do as parliamentarians to make sure that we brought this to books. And we kept on assuring her that we are on the feet or on the trace of getting those people to be arrested. She never rested. And what was painful, she even came with the mother.
No, I didn't come with the mother.
You came with the aunt, but the community, yes. But the mother also pretended that, he was a victim and all those kind of things. When we went to search for Jayden, remember, she said he came back to school and did not know what happened. And because of the meticulous, of our investigators, they went into the house, and with our canines, they were able to get everything that is going on. And we are still investigating, as we say, because we don't believe that this crime was committed by one person. We thank you as the community for taking this matter up. And we say, let's do it quicker. Let's not be late and let our children die. Let's be proactive and be quicker so that we don't come here. It is painful for us, for me as a mother, to come here and watch this. I think all of you can see how emotional we are, and but we really had to be here for the family. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Deputy Minister of Police. I'm now going to hand over to our Member of Parliament, Ms. Jayden-Lee James, just to have a word with members of the media.
Just be strong.
It's definitely a sad day for the residents of the complex, for the community of Fleurhof, to the activists Natalie and Althea and Anthony who journeyed with this case. It is a sad day for the community. It is sad for us to know that the very person that Jayden was supposed to scream and call on when we are in danger, we call on and we say, "Mummy." And this morning I cannot help but wonder, who did Jayden call on? I stand here today and Minister, I must be honest with you. I ask myself, if only all of these SABC members could have been deployed to the crime scene on the day that she had reported it. Maybe, just maybe, we could have spared the life of Jayden-Lee Meek. If only SABC members could have searched, because analysis shows and case studies shows that it is often found that those closest to the victim are the perpetrators. So when this mother said, "Don't search my flat," that should have been a tip-off. That should have told them there's something happening in this flat. The fact that Jayden-Lee Meek's body was found warm the next morning tells me that he was in that flat, hoping and calling on those that were meant to protect a minor would actually open down and break down those doors. We failed Jayden-Lee Meek as a community. We failed Jayden-Lee Meek even as SABC. We commend them for the manner in which they have investigated that has finally brought to book the perpetrator. But I'm still saying, and I'm still of the firm belief, that too much too late. We extend our condolences to the family, Jayden's classmates and everyone else, and we will continue to support this family at each and every appearance, and we will continue to raise our voices as mothers and as communities. Our communities are going through the most. And again I say, if only we can have all of these vans and all of these SABC members deployed to our broken communities. I thank you.
I'm now going to hand over to the Deputy National Commissioner responsible for policing, Lieutenant General Tebello Masikiri, to also have a say.
Thank you very much. Very good morning to the Deputy Minister, Dr. Bushielo, to the Honorable Member, Jayden-Lee James, to all the activists around us, the Acting Provincial Commissioner. I think the protocol has already been set. Mine is just to appreciate the hard work that went into this particular matter. As the Deputy Minister indicated, that we couldn't have brought this case earlier than we have done because we had to make sure that we uncover the uncoverable in an attempt that when we come to court, we know there is no going back. I know DM has already acknowledged the backlash that we have received, but at least today we are standing here as a conviction to the community, Honorable James, that we will come back if we make the breakthrough, that the breakthrough has been done. I think this country is experiencing this more often, and for the second time, where a young person, we have not yet forgotten about the 7-year-old who also vanished in front of the persons or people who were supposed to be protecting. What we appreciate is where activists come very hard to say we need justice, we need human rights, where the members of parliament are holding us accountable to make sure that we don't sleep on the job. Where we have faltered, we will say we have faltered. But in this case, it is very, very limited that we could have established immediately that the very person who comes crying is the very person that needed to protect Jayden-Lee Meek. It's just unfortunate, and I must say the time, honorable member of the report, and the time that the child was supposed, a mother of 11-year-old was supposed to stand up and say it's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. That did not happen. Only 2 hours before midnight, she decided to come forward to report the case. One wonders what happened from that time until the time of reporting. But nonetheless, thank you very much to the members of the media who always come forward, support us, and make sure that this country, this nation, kept informed of what is happening. We urge mothers, we urge fathers, we urge family members. If you are in distress, if you don't know what to do, please call for help. You may not come to the police, but this is a typical case where there was supposed to be a cry out for help so that Jayden-Lee Meek's mother could have been assisted not to do what she has done. I'm talking as a mother, I'm talking as a member of society, not as a police official, that we often run around. You can imagine the resources DM that was put into this case to make sure that justice is done. We could have prevented other cases because this is a case where the victim was in the hands of those that were supposed to protect. I thank you, but thank you very much once more, General Kekana, all my colleagues in the investigation fraternity that has made sure, the NPA and the society who has helped us with the investigation of this particular matter that has brought it to where it is today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, colleagues. That was Lieutenant General Tebelo Musigidi, our Deputy National Commissioner for Policing. I'll now open the floor for questions, colleagues. Okay. First. 1, 2. Yeah, 2. Start.
General, it's Ivan from News 24. I know you mentioned now there were red flags, especially in reporting this matter. Why did it take an activist to push police to investigate thoroughly? Why wasn't there a thorough investigation when this matter was reported?
Okay, second one.
I'm not sure if my colleague covered this. Deputy Minister, just stepping back, of course, of allegations of corruption in the police force. Just your reaction to the minister being placed on that special leave.
Colleagues, the DM won't comment on the issue of the minister. You heard yesterday the president addressed us. There's a commission and there's an acting minister who will be starting on the 1st of August. So let us respect the president's announcement and leave it there. Thank you, General. In terms of Evans' question.
Thank you very much, Evans. Immediately when the case was reported, resources were put. Immediately when the body was found, red flags commenced and we moved swiftly to that place. Remember, it was the following morning after the matter was reported. So I must say, red flags, yes, as Honorable James have indicated, that the time that we were pushed back, we could have been moved immediately. But insofar as the time of the recovery of the body, the police moved swiftly and they made sure that they do not leave any stone unturned. Immediately at that time, they moved into the place that we suspected that it could have been our crime scene.
All right. Any other question?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had your chance.
No,
yes.
but it's a follow-up.
Just about the issue of the motive. Can the police say more on the possible motive for the murder?
The motive?
At this stage, no, the investigation is still continuing. In her address, the Deputy Minister did indicated that we're still continuing because we don't believe that she worked alone. We do not know, but that is why I am saying the motive at this stage, it's still sketchy. We are still continuing. The team is still intact. Both the provincial team as well as the Florida team is working on the uncovering of what could have been the motive for the murder.
Next question?
Just here.
You answered. Okay, any other question?
Yes. Any comment regarding the forced hijacking of General Kekana?
General Kekana is here.
Acting Provincial Commissioner is here for himself.
General, just on allegations that there was an attempted hijacking.
By the way, you can't ask the victim to comment.
All right. Nevertheless, thanks very much. What happened? The driver who was supposed to come and collect me noticed this suspicious BMW following him, and just when he's about to park, when he was about to reverse, the passenger in that BMW smashed the window with an iron rod, not knowing that the windows are protected or shutterproof. And then the driver had to defend himself, and those thugs dropped their firearm and ran away. That's what happened. It's under investigation.
So as you can hear, the general is safe, as you can see here.
Yeah, no,
he is alive.
But the victim also.
Any other question?
You said I can't answer.
Okay, last one. No, thank you, colleagues. We've reached the end of our briefing, and thank you so much for coming through. Thank you.
Well, policy, you've just heard an address by various law enforcement authorities, including Major General Fred Kekana, who just briefed the media. We also heard from Darlene James here, the Member of Parliament for Action SA, just sharing some word on what transpired here in court today. Quite short proceedings. We've also just heard from the police that there were indeed red flags from the very beginning. We also now just found out that the mother only reported her son missing 2 hours before midnight. So there is quite a huge gap in the time that the mother realized that her child is not yet home, from what we understand, until she reported the matter to the police. So the matter has been postponed to the 18th of July for formal proceedings in the bail application hearing between the state and Tiffany Nicole Meek, the mother of 11-year-old Jayden-Lee Meek.